Well, hello everyone. Hopefully you are having a great Saturday morning. I am here just out enjoying some beautiful weather too in West Point, Utah. And today I'm going to share with you a tool that I use with my clients to help them redefine the meaning that they've given certain events and circumstances in their life. And I've used this tool on myself as well, and it's amazing. It's so simple, but can really have a powerful effect, changing how we view things and ultimately then how we respond and act. So first I want to talk about the circumstances that we experience in our lives, these events that happen. So we have to understand and accept that these circumstances and events that we experience are inherently neutral. There is no good or bad events in our lives. We are the ones that determine whether a circumstance is good or bad. We give it the meaning, and then from that meaning we then have emotions and act on it. So for example, to explain this a little bit better, I want you to think about, you probably know people that have experienced the same thing or similar things in their lives, and they act differently, they respond differently. It's because they've given it different meanings, because all circumstances are neutral until we give it a meaning. So I'll give you a simple example, because it is something that I experience. So if you're out walking, two people are out walking, and they see a snake. One person, which would be me, would gives the snake, seeing the snake, this experience, a meaning of this is potentially dangerous, disgusting, snakes are gross, and I don't like snakes. And so their response, because of that meaning, that this is a dangerous, disgusting experience, their response is much different than someone walking along, sees a snake, and they give it the meaning of, this is fascinating, this is exciting, what an interesting creature, I want to see it closer. Same experience, different meanings. Then another example, many of you might know someone, and no one wants to be in this situation, but it does unfortunately happen where, people they come down, they have a life-threatening illness or a terminal illness. And, people handle this very differently. To someone who experiences a terminal illness, they may give it the meaning of that they have no hope now. Their life is going to end, they know it 100%, and there's no hope. They cannot have any more joy, and they go into sadness and depression. While someone else, on the other hand, may think or give this terminal illness the meaning of that they should live their life to the fullest now. They don't have very long to live, so they need to embrace all the moments they have left. So these are just a couple examples. But I want to go into the tool, and if you have a moment, get a piece of paper and walk through this with me. So first I'm going to flip this around. I want you to get a piece of paper. You might not be able to see it that well, I guess, but get a piece of paper, and you're going to make 3 columns. So you're going to write in the first column of the event or the circumstance that has occurred in your life, and then the current meaning that you're giving it. And then in the third column, you're going to write the new meaning. Okay, flip this back around. Alright, so you have your paper and you've split it up in 3 columns. What is the event in your life that has occurred, the circumstance? What's the current meaning, and what's the new meaning? Alright, so I'm going to use examples from my own life as we walk through this tool together. So an event in my life And this one is it goes back just a couple of years, but the circumstance was being single, and being single a lot longer than I expected. I was 27 when I got married, turning 28 that year. So it was a little bit longer than I expected. I know it's not the longest that people waited. My husband was 31. So, but this was an event and a circumstance in my life that I attached certain meanings to. So write down for yourself, what is an event or circumstance in your life? And it can be anything. So mine was being single. Then the next column, the current meaning. So when I was single, I remember the thoughts that I had often, the meaning that I was giving it. And I thought often, okay, no, there's no one left out there for me. There are no, perfect guys for me. And I thought as well, I'm not outgoing enough, or I'm too intimidating. So those were the meanings that I gave this event. I'm single, so it equals that there are no guys available. I'm not outgoing enough, and I'm intimidating. Now, with those kinds of meanings, what kind of emotions do you think that created in me? Well, I don't believe there's any guys out there. Emotions of hopelessness, and it's not worth it to even try. There's no one out there. The feeling of I'm not outgoing enough, that doesn't create any motivation to try and be outgoing or to just be myself, because I'm thinking too much about what I'm not. And then I'm intimidating as well. Didn't inspire me to try and connect with guys or realize that I do connect and resonate with certain guys. So I wasn't able to break out of that until I created a new meaning for this situation, for this event of being single. So now we'll go on to the next column of the new meaning. So how could I look at this event in a different way? Well, I started looking at it as, okay, I'm single, so I can use this time to really develop my talents, because I don't have a husband to worry about. I don't have to, align my schedule with someone else. I don't have a family to take care of. So this is an opportunity to really develop my talents and pursue more education, or whatever the goals may be. And also I realized that I had more time to serve others, that I didn't have to be focusing on myself and bemoaning my situation, but also because I didn't have a family and a husband and all those other time constraints that come with that, I can and serve others as well. Then I also created the new meaning of that there is the perfect guy out there still, but we are both on a journey of self-development until we will ultimately reach each other and have that the right moment when we can come together. And then it also gave me an opportunity to recognize the amazing relationships that I did have, because I wasn't, so focused on that, the one relationship I wanted with a husband, which is a good thing to focus on and have. But I, redefined this moment of being single to appreciate the relationships that I do have. And so creating those new meanings then empowered me. It gave me more positive emotions, that I had this time to work on my self-improvement, to serve others, that there was someone out there. That gave me more hope and motivation to, keep trying to create relationships with others, to get out there and meet people. And so that really helped me in my life at that time to just create that new meaning. Then I'll just do a quick other example. Hopefully this is kind of making sense, and hopefully you're walking through this too. It's just a fun tool to realize that you can change the meaning. And I want to insert something here too, because I know in times of my life I have had events happen and I've given it a meaning and I just feel like there is no other possible meaning for this situation. Times when, the car breaks down. I'm just like, there is no other way to experience this other than that this is a terrible experience and I'm frustrated and worried that it's going to cost a lot of money. And I just feel like I'm stating a fact. This is a bad situation. This is a negative situation. But I've come to realize that yeah, there is, like a coin, there's always two sides. And it's what I choose to view it as. So just think of that and realize, challenge yourself next time you have an experience and you think there's only one way to look at it. Challenge yourself. Try and force yourself to see it in a different way. So the last one I'm going to share was recently, because of COVID-19 and various cancellations and travel restrictions, Ryan and I had planned to spend our second anniversary in Brazil and go to the Rio de Janeiro temple open house down there. We were super excited. Been a long time planning this, especially for Ryan, because he'd served his mission there. And then COVID-19 happened and we had to cancel our trip. The trip was for the middle of this month, in April. And at first, I attached a meaning to it that this, our anniversary was ruined. We couldn't do anything else that would be as fun. That nothing works out for us. We planned for so long and now it's completely ruined. And of course, thinking thoughts like this, you think something is completely ruined, that you won't have fun and nothing ever works out. That doesn't create the type of emotions that are going to allow you to take the action that will make an event positive. So I sat down and had to think, okay, there is an alternative way to view this. There is a different meaning that I can give this. And so I redefined this event of our trip to Brazil being canceled as, the time that we will go to Brazil eventually. I know that. So I had the certainty that we are going to go to Brazil, and that when we eventually do make it to Brazil, the timing is going to be that much better. We'll be that much, more well situated and that much more prepared. And because of everything that we're experiencing right now, we'll appreciate it that much more. And so the trip will mean that much more to us. And as I thought about this new meaning, it just gave me much more positive emotions and ability to just accept the present moment, be happy for where we were, and anticipate the future and when we'll eventually be able to go to Brazil with that much more excitement. So that's the tool. Just go over, for anyone who just popped in, so you're writing down on a piece of paper what event or circumstances occurred in your life. So you make 3 columns. First column is the event. Second column, write down the current meaning. Everything that you currently feel about that event, what it means to you. And then in the third column, write down the new meaning. Challenge yourself here. What could be a different way to look at this situation, a different way to interpret it? And I know for myself, and as I've seen others do this, that when I look at an event in a different way, when I give it an empowering meaning, positive meaning, it creates more positive emotions in me, which then allow me to take action in a positive way. And that's the ultimate goal here, to be able to create these empowering meanings in our life that then will allow us to take powerful action, positive action, that will help us to experience more joy, more success, and to make changes in our life that will empower others and just uplift and strengthen those around us as well as ourselves. So I hope you take time to do this tool, and I hope you have a great Saturday. We'll see you later.